Never have three demons hated each other so deeply as the Thricefold discord. The three heralds of Slaanesh have long and thoroughly entwined history of stepping on each other's toes, stealing each other's kills, and generally humiliating one another. After one too many undermined strategies and plans gone awry as a result of these three feuding commanders, they were brought before Celeste the Vengeful Allegiance to answer for their constant irritation of everyone around them. Rather than slaying them outright, Celeste devised a far more sadistic punishment, forcing them to form their own allegiance and work together. The sentence would be served within the Death Gorge, home to 1,000 frozen souls, and the generosity Celeste only requested that they recover 666 souls from the soul rage from within to earn their redemption. A vision of golden celestial light, a living embodiment of the God King's might. The Stormcast Eternals are messengers of vengeance, armed with the might of stars. Bold raiders and expert scouts, the Farstriders are Vanguard hunters, the elite infantry of the Vanguard auxiliary chambers. Led by the grizzled Sanson Farstrider, more than once has a thought unassailable position been scaled and destroyed by this veteran band of heroes. In today's Warhammer Underworlds battle report, we're going to be playing in the new season of Death Gorge. Stephen is going to be taking hold of the Thricefold to score the brand new Slaanesh warband in the new starter set, and I'm going to be playing with the ever-vengeful Stormcast Eternals, the Farstriders. And so we are all deployed on the table. For me, I've got Samson Farstrider in the back. We then have Elias, because you want to walk with him, our Merrick Eagle Eye on this side, and then for the Slaanesh, we have Vexmore in the center there, we have Vashtis over there, the Coiled Serpent one, and then we have Lassiver, the Bladed Blessing on the other flank. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so we are going to go into initiative for turn one. So this is for the Farstriders. I got double crits and a double support in there. For the Slaanesh, you got no crits, so I'm going to get the option. I am going to give the first activation to the Hedonites. Alright, so to start with, Vashtis is going to move up. You're making a charge action into Elias, because you do have a range 3 attack. So go for it. You need the spirals. Nope, that'll be a fail. Now, interesting, when one of your fighters fails, it actually inspires the other fighters in your warband, which is really fun. So as you can see here on this side, you have, when you make an attack roll, defense roll, or casting roll for a friendly Vashtis that contains no success, that fighter is out of action, you can inspire. So yeah, Vexmore inspires because Vashtis fails, and essentially they inspire when one of the other ones fails. So it's a pretty interesting sort of thing. So not all bad for you there. All right, so you're going to start by doing well-earned rest. This is a temptation. Now, this gives me 2 effects to choose from. The first of these is you can give a charge token to a fighter in one of my warbands, or you can remove up to 2 move or stagger tokens from surviving fighters. Now, I obviously am going to pick the second effect here, which actually does nothing, but there is probably a reason you're doing this. You're then going to play second. After I skip, you're going to play Illusion of Power. Another temptation. You can pick an opponent with 1 or more power cards in their hand, and they pick one. Each player, starting with that player, can give out a 1 upgrade from their hand to 1 fighter without spending any glory, or the player discards 2 power cards or 1 power card if they only have 1 in their hand. And so, with that second one there, I'm going to choose to discard 2 power cards from my hand. But you are then going to score Born of Damnation, where you score this immediately after playing your second or subsequent Temptation card in the same phase. And so you didn't get any glory, and you're going to spend that glory, I'm assuming, for the same upgrade you were going to try and make me give you for free. Oh no, a different one. So this is Helm of Insight. You can give this upgrade to an enemy fighter. That fighter's defense is 2 shield and cannot be modified. That fighter cannot have line of sight to fighters that are 2 or more hexes away. And so you're going to put that on Elias Swiftblade, so that means you need to get a square closer to be able to attack your fighter there. But, cool. Next activation. Well, my first activation, actually. Alright, so for my first activation, I'm going to make a move with Elias. With Sanson, actually. Sorry, not Elias. Just going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to end there. And so I'm then going to play a ploy, which is Warning Cry. I can give a friendly fighter a guard token, so I'm going to play that on Sanson. Alright, so you're going to then play Words of Praise. So you're going to play that on Almeric Eagle Eye. So Almeric either now has to be pushed 2 hexes towards a fighter in your warband, or they can't activate. So I'm going to choose the push. So pushing with 2 hexes moves Almeric Eagle Eye up to there. Alright, so you've made a charge with a Vexmore. And you've ended there, so go. What does he need? Oh, you got a crit anyway?
Needed hammers.
So I need to get the crit to succeed. Nope.
3 damage.
And so Vexmore does 3 damage to Almeric Eagle Eye. Do you have any cards to play after that?
Nope.
Alright, so I'm going to go with a charge with Almeric Eagle Eye. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so Almeric needs hammers on his melee attack. He got a crit, so you will need to get the crit on the defense dice.
Yep.
2. And you do not, so that will be 2 points of damage. Alright, so you've then made a charge super action with Lasavir for your 3rd activation. Now, she has a cool ability. She actually counts as having an extra supporting fighter at all times. This does mean if she ever is supported once, she'd be double supported. But she's got no support, so which means she goes to regular support. So go for it. Cross swords. Yep, so effectively I'm going to need the crit here to stop you with my dude. That is the wrong dice. I get the crit, that stops it. Right, my 3rd activation, I'm going to do an attack with Sanson Farstrider. He's going to attack with his Bolt Storm pistol into Snake Lady. That is Vashtus. So we need cross swords with this on my attack. That'll be a double crit. And the support actually will, because you've got a fighter next to you. So that is a really good roll.
Arrows.
You got 1, but I got 2 crits, so I will still go through. And so after that, I'm then going to immediately play this reaction, which I play after a friendly fighter's range 3+ attack action. I can make the same attack action against the same fighter again. And so I'm going to do the same attack again. So I can re-roll one of them, which I'm going to need, which turns into 2 successes. You want the crit essentially here. That is not going to succeed because you have dodge. So you'll take another point of damage, which will take her out. And so I'm immediately going to score 2 surge objectives after that. The first of them is going to be Swift Punishment. I score this immediately after a friendly leader or assassin's attack action takes an enemy fighter out on an objective token. And I'll also score the Judgment of Sigma, where I score immediately after a friendly fighter's range 3+ attack action takes an enemy fighter out of action. And then I'm going to spend one of those glory gains. This will be for incredible stamina. I'm going to place this upgrade on Sanson Farstrider. And so your last one, you're going to have this one here fight against, that is Elias. So go for it. Nothing.
He failed.
Failed. Unfortunately, the one that would inspire from that is now out of action. And so then my last action, I'm going to activate Sanson again. Now, I'm going to be able to freely remove the move counter from him. And he's going to now be able to make a charge action because he doesn't have any charge or move tokens on him. And so Sanson attacking with his shock hand axe. He needs hammers. Got 1 and a crit on your big dude. So your defense.
2 shields.
2 shields. Gets 1. That will not stop me, so that will do 2 points of damage to him. And because Sanson is now attacked in this phase with both his ranged weapon and his shock hand axe, he's going to inspire. Right, so priority for the round. This is for Sanson and his Farstriders. I got 2 double supports. You literally need a support or a crit to get the initiative. You do. Do you wish to take it or give it? You're going to take it? Cool. What is your first action going to be? Alrighty, so you are going to make a charge there to begin with. Now, remembering what the cool rule for her is, she's actually going to count double supports now because you are supported by your big dude. So, going to attack Sanson. What do you need with her? Cross swords?
Yep.
So that will be 3 successes. So essentially, I'm going to need to get double crits here to stop that. I do not damage on that.
2.
2. Cool. Right, you're going to then play Vision of Wealth. You pick an opponent that has 1 or more unspent glory points. Me. You can either push a fighter up to 2 hexes towards the nearest objective token, or that player spends 1 glory point. I'm going to choose to spend the glory point there. So I'll now get a 2 spent glory and 1 unspent of my 3. I'm then going to play a ploy called Ranger's Advance. I can pick up to 2 friendly fighters and then push each one of them 1 hex. You're then going to place a Soul Slash Shard. So your furthest fighter is actually Elias here. So you can try and cast it. So go for it. You need to get the lightning bolts. You do. And so he'll take 1 damage. I'm then going to play Lone Warrior as an upgrade, and this is going to go on our Merrick. And my next action will be to move Sanson Farstrider next. Alright, so I'm just playing a move token on Sanson over there. So he's going to move over there. It is now your activation. Alright, so you are charging into Sanson Farstrider over there with Vexmore, so go for it. Gets 1. So I've got 2 defense. I get the crit and stop it. I'm going to do a move with Sanson Farstrider next. So I'm going to move Sanson back because I have a 2. I can give up my move counter. And yeah. So put the move counter back on after I make a move with him. Goes to your 3rd action, which means you can only actually make attacks where you are. And so you're going to choose to draw a card from your power card pile instead, because there's not much else you can do this round. So Sanson's then going to go next. He's going to remove his move counter before his activation, thanks to incredible stamina. And then we're going to make a Bolts and Talons attack into your Vashtor. So that will be a hit just once, just a single success. You stop it. And so you then choose to draw another power card, because you can't actually make any range. So I've got the last action of the round. Sanson is going to charge back in. And so 3 attacks for Sanson. He will successfully hit with 2. So you won't block that, so it'll only be 1 success. So you will take 2, but minus 1 from that. So you just take another wound. And so end phase of round 2, I am going to score prime objective. I score this in the end phase if a friendly fighter is holding the highest value objective in enemy territory. Turns out you only have 1, so that means it has to be the highest value one. You are going to score Triumph of Cardinality. You score this in the end phase if 4 or more fighters each have 1 or more wound counters and or are out of action. Well, I have them all, and you've got wounds or taken out of action on one of yours, so you score a point for that. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of King's Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum eStore as well. Alrighty, so we're going to go priority for the last round. This is for the Farstriders. I got a single support in there for you. You got a crit, so you're going to get the deciding factor. You're going to take it. Cool. So you're making a charge over there with Mrs. Goro herself. So go for the attack. Alright, so what do you need?
Hammers.
Hammers. Cool. You got a double crit, so I don't do anything.
Also got Grievous 1.
So Grievous 1, so that is going to take Sanson out because you're 2 damage, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so it'll take Sanson Farstrider out. Right, so after that, you've then got a couple of glory to spend. So first of all, you're going to go Song of Corruption. Enemy fighters within 2 hexes of this, kind of supporting other than sizing actions if they're not the target of the attack action, which is cool. This is going to go on your big dude. This is going to go on Vashtor. And then you're going to also put Unnatural Swiftness on Lady Goro for +1 move and +1 dice to their range 1 attack and range 2 attack actions if they have no move or charge tokens on them. Alrighty, so I'm going to go my first action, and it's just going to be a move with Elias here. And that will be that for him. I am then also going to play an upgrade of Crackling Blade, and this is going to go on Almeric. And so, your second action. Alright, you're then going to go with Almeric Eagle Eye next, or targeting Almeric Eagle Eye. So, go for it. You got the crit. Does he need hammers or swords on him? Hammers.
Hammers.
So, no, stop the hammer, but don't stop the crit. So that will be some damage.
Sorry.
And so that takes our Merrick out of the fight. So you're going to spend your glory that you just earned to give the perfect blade to your fighter.
No, to your fighter.
Oh, to my fighter, sorry. You give this upgrade to an enemy fighter. They're not considered to have any other upgrades or attack actions other than this attack. Cool. So I'm then going to play Ceaseless Volley in response. So I can push the chosen fighter 1 hex. So I'm going to push him 1 hex that way. And then I'm going to play Etheric Paths. I choose a friendly fighter in an edge hex, which he is. I can then place him in any other edge hex I want. Now, he does gain a charge token from that, but because he's my only fighter, he can still make attacks. So that perfect blade you just gave me is going to stab your fighter. And so I get 3 dice with this. I need hammers. I got 1 and a crit. So defense on you
is 1 and a crit.
I'll still succeed if you've only got 1. No. So I will deal 3 points of damage to you with your own blade. Can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man. And so with that, that's actually pretty much going to be the end of the game because we both got nothing we can do really at this point, as we both got charge actions that we can't reach each other. You can't make move or more super actions. We could attack, but we're both out of range. So there's nothing else we can do here. So we're just going to draw our cards for the rest of the game and see if we would get anything useful. So end phase, I'll score Flash of Light. I score this to an enemy fighters in enemy territory and on an edge hex, which I am. And then you're going to score Indulgence given form. Score this in the end phase if 1 or more surviving inspired friendly fighters each have 1 or more upgrades, which you do. So you score another 1, which means the game will end with a Farstriders victory. It'll be 6-5 in favor of Sanson's Farstriders, or I guess we call them Elias's Farstriders now because Sanson's not around. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowell and Soren. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, the Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.